All right, good afternoon, Fort Recovery Middle School, and welcome to a very exciting edition of our Factor Spotlight here. Our second group that we're going to go ahead and focus in on today is going to be the first LEGO League team, the Fort Recovery Middle School first LEGO League team. I have the 9 members here behind me, and we also have their robot that they used this year during their competitions, and I believe his name is, what's his name?
Ghostbot.
Ghostbot. So we got the 9 first LEGO League team members as well as their robot Ghostbot here. So I'm going to go ahead and ask them a couple of questions because one of the things that I found really interesting about this whole program, and we do plan to do it again next year, students, so if you're interested, I know we had a short clip right before this video, so if it's something you're interested in, we're always looking for more people to be a part of this great team. It focuses on teamwork in computer programming. In fact, one of the things that I looked up prior to coming in here this morning was how much computer programmers make, and the average salary for a computer programmer is around $80,000. So if this is something that you're interested in, programming robots, working with a team, it's definitely something that I would strongly suggest. So we're going to go ahead and ask these guys a couple of questions about their season and just kind of in general what First LEGO League is. So that's my first question. Just kind of tell us a little bit about what First LEGO League is.
First LEGO League to us is mostly about learning how to control and program the robot. For other people that already did LEGO League the first time, already know how to program it and then how to build it and then control it and all of that. Another part about First LEGO League is that you can use sensors, but since this was our first year and we didn't really know how to use sensors, we didn't use any of them at all. Our team for some things about First LEGO League is that you would go to Honda and practice around against teams. Whenever we went to Honda, we did so good that we got 3rd place. You could also know how good your team is in the group of other teams. Another thing that you find out is that you can look around to see how other people created their robots.
Every year, the people in control of the First LEGO League, they change the course on us. So, we don't have the same course every year. I'm pretty sure last year was, hydrodynamics or something. This year is into orbit, so we had, space-themed missions. And then, also, First LEGO League is mostly about having your team work together to accomplish some very tough missions and setting goals for yourself. We wanted to beat cold water. And also, the whole team needs to work together to accomplish the missions and to finish it. So Brett, he couldn't just go out and run every one of our missions and try getting us points. We'd probably get 27 points, which is really bad. We all have to work together to set up the robot, make sure it's looking okay, working okay, and is aligned perfectly to get the points we need. And then we competed at Versailles, the Versailles tournament, and we got a lot of points there too. First LEGO League isn't about one person, it's about the entire team. We all contributed very greatly to it.
And about how many other teams are at these competitions that you guys go to?
27, yeah.
27. So between 25 and 27. So quite a few other teams that you're competing against. So that's really awesome. What goals did you guys set for this year, and how did you plan to achieve them?
Our goal was to mainly just beat cold water, which we did.
Always a good goal. Always a good goal.
That was our goal because, this is our first year, and last year, their first year, they got 0 points, so we got 80 more points than they did last year. Now, Coldwater did have 2 teams, so we didn't successfully beat the other team, but we successfully beat one team by about 50 points, and we also achieved these goals by working together, and B, we also all contributed and all helped out with programming the robot, and we were also only allowed to have 2 people on the field to program, to start the robot and to let the robot continue and to do the missions.
Cool. So it clearly sounds like this is very much a team effort, and one of our goals or beliefs as a middle school is the power of the tribe. So what does that mean to you guys as a team, and what are some examples from it this year?
It meant to us as working as a team and involving everybody, and we used it whenever somebody would get stuck on programming the robot to do something. We would help them out and explain to them how they could benefit from this. from what we give them.
Anybody else? No? Okay. What are some challenges you face this year? Obviously, I couldn't even begin to program something like this myself, so I imagine it's pretty challenging. So what are some challenges you faced this year, and how did you overcome them?
Some challenges we faced was with the arm extension. It would get stuck on the module, and at the competition, it actually folded over the mat and brought down that module, and then it would always get stuck. And then sometimes on the crater cross, the wheels have to be like perfectly aligned, and that back wheel would keep getting stuck.
And in the back of the robot, there's another small wheel, and there was one that we kept on like getting messed up on it, and it kept on getting stuck. So we just had to like make that go up the small.
So always kind of troubleshooting one thing or the other as kind of problems come along. So no, that's good. That's a good answer. Did you guys find it hard to give 100% all the time? I know you practiced a lot. I mean, was it hard to give 100% effort all the time to this project? And how did you motivate yourselves?
It was really hard to give 100%, especially because we had all this boring paperwork to get done before we could go to the competition.
But keeping the feeling of getting in the top 8 really helped us power through all of it.
Gotcha. Good. So one time this year, I imagine, one of our 6 R factors is press pause. There had to be one point this year that you needed to press pause. So what was one time you had to press pause this year?
Whenever we'd get stuck on our coding and we were getting stressed out about it, we had to take some time away from that program to think about it more and relax about it instead of getting mad about not having the robot do something right.
Gotcha. Very good. So how likely would you recommend, by thumbs up or thumbs down, would you recommend other people to join the First Lego League team if they're interested in something like that? So clearly, guys, it's a very successful team. Like I said, 3rd place at Honda, competing at the Versailles competition. An excellent group of kids. Congratulations to these guys on an excellent season, and thank you for all your hard work in representing Fort Recovery. We're real proud of you. So that's all we have for the R Factor Spotlight for today. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks.